Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation, and you have come to us because we're not like mainstream. I'm going to give you the kind of information that really helps your marriage. We're not about going into the past. We're not about fixing problems that cannot be fixed. And remember, the problems that you have are not usually the problems that you have. So hopefully you're already a subscriber to this channel. If not, go ahead and subscribe so you could become an expert in marriage. And the topic today is, can you save your marriage by yourself? Now, this is a very interesting question because it could be heard in different ways. One way is, can I save my marriage by myself because my spouse doesn't want to participate? But there's another way to hear this. Can I save my marriage by myself like a do-it-yourself project? I don't want to go to counselors and I want to save my marriage by myself because I don't want to spend the money, or I've heard how bad marriage counseling is and I don't want to take the chance. And that's where we're going to go with this. Because at the Marriage Foundation, we've already had much information about how not only can you save it when you're working alone as one of the spouses, but it's the only way to really be effective. But now I'm going to answer the other question. Can I save my marriage as a do-it-yourself project? Yes and no. Yes, in that it's who else can save your marriage? You can't go to a doctor. This isn't a broken arm where they have to fix it, where they have to put it back in place and put a cast on it. You can't go to an expert to fix your marriage because there's only two of you in your marriage. You're soulmates. One of you can for sure do the work to fix it, but you can't do it by yourself insofar as you don't have the information. So can you do it as a do-it-yourself project? Absolutely. But do you know enough to do it? Absolutely not. Can you go to YouTube videos like mine and learn how to do it as if you were repairing a window in your car that won't go up and down when you press the button? Not really. Marriage is kind of complicated. And with all of the dis and misinformation that we have in society, it's a cluster. We don't know what's really going on. I used to be a divorce mediator. I changed my ways, and I mean that because there's a lot of thinking that I had to change over 20 years ago when I realized Western psychology has no idea. Mainstream has no idea. Even your wonderful pastor, he knows what he knows, but he doesn't have the full scope. But I made it my business to understand marriage so that I could help individuals do it themselves. And you can too. This is not a pitch for my material. You need my material, there's no question, but it's not a pitch for that. I'm letting you know flat out, can you do it without help? Sure, but it's going to take you, it took me many years to really own it. So I'm going to give you a real simple start, okay? This is where I began. Where I began was understanding first off, why do you get married in the first place? Because you can be goal-oriented and move towards that goal by doing the things that fit that goal. The goal is to be happy. The goal is to feel love, unconditional love. So then it becomes simple. Do those things that make you and your spouse happy. Don't do those things that make you miserable. Do those things that feed love, because love is a choice. It's not an increased like. You know that. Love is its own thing. It's tangible, it's real, it's powerful. But you need to nurture it. So do those things that nurture love. Don't do anything that takes away. There you go. You've got the whole thing. That's what I thought when I started working with couples. And then, oh boy, I ran into trouble. I'm going to call my first client John. He and his wife came to see me. My sessions were a couple of hours, thorough. I explained a lot. John came back, Paul, your stuff is incredible. I know I'm not supposed to do these things. I know that I'm supposed to do these things, but then at the moment I can't. All of a sudden I fall back into my old habits. Wow. I thought about it and I realized habits are so stubborn. I've had my own bout with habits. So I knew. I said, John, let me think about this. Let me work through it. I'm not going to tell you how long it took me. It wasn't overnight, but I came up with a technique that gave him and myself, I started using the technique too, the power to master your own mind. This is probably the first key you need to unlock these doors of happiness and love. It's called the SOW technique, S-E-W, stop, evaluate, act with wisdom. Unfortunately, I can't tell you more about it in this video, or this video would be 5 hours long. For that, you need to read one of my books, you need to take the course for men or the course for women. It's a process because we're so saturated with the wrong knowledge that it's hard for us to get on track. So it's a process. So here's the answer. Can you do it yourself? Heck yeah. Should you do it yourself? Heck yeah. Do you need me to help you? Heck yeah. But it's not just me. The Marriage Foundation, we've got counselors, we've got material, we've got what you need. You need that. So thank you for visiting. Like this video, leave a comment, especially if you're one of the ones who's taken the course. Let other people know. Don't hold back. Let people know about it. Thank you for visiting. God bless and take care.